a state which has a lot of tribals. You have heard about Uniform Civil Code?
Yes.
Why are tribals protesting against Uniform Civil Code? Since you mentioned in conversation with my fellow board members that you have empathy for downtrodden, I'm sure you will be able to give us a better perspective of why we see these protests by tribals against Uniform Civil Code.
The matter of adoption, marriage, family, inheritance, all these things are governed by their customary law, and many of the tribal population are actually declining. If we are bound by this uniform set of law, then their population may decrease to a threat level of extinction, and I don't know.
Okay, so are you against Uniform Civil Code for tribals?
I believe that uniform civil code is a good idea, but that should be come from within the tribal section. We should wait and develop them to a certain extent that they eventually want to become part of uniform civil code rather than imposing the uniform civil code right now.
Okay. Dr. Pradhan, 33% MPs in your state are women. And that's a great achievement. Why do you think Odisha is able to do this and not other states like Uttar Pradesh or Haryana or Punjab for that matter of fact?
33% of reservation in assembly is actually a good step by CM or Nabin Patnaik of Odisha, and basically the political reason is the political willingness is the most important reason for that. And secondly, in Odisha we have a good network of Mission Shakti, and this is the SHG network, and by roping this SHG network, eventually Odisha is successful in giving this 33% of reservation. But in other state, I think a state like Haryana and Punjab, the patriarchy, the thing is more prevalent, and political willingness is also lacking.
Have you ever experienced patriarchy?
I have never experienced patriarchy.
Okay, my last question to you, Dr. Pradhan, is you're a doctor, you're a frontline worker. I'm sure you must have experienced a lot of dilemmas during COVID. Let's say in your hospital, you have two options. One person who has arrived first and the other one who is more likely to survive. Who would you try to save?
I would go for the second option because we have limited resource, time, and so those who have good chance of surviving, that should be attend fast.
Thank you.
In her budget speech, Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman had said that a task force will be constituted to recommend an appropriate age for women in India to become mother. What is the background of this?
So I feel that this comes in the context of the fact that many girls are married at a very young age, and as a result they become mothers also at a young age. So it has two major impacts. Firstly, for the woman herself, she is not mentally ready, or she may not even be physically ready to have a child. So that impacts her capabilities as a mother, as a member of the society itself. And secondly, sir, she may have certain dreams for her own self, which are crushed because she's married at a young age, and then she has to look after the family.
So suppose you are basically advocating increasing the age of marriage. This is what I could understand from you. So today the age is 18 years for female. So what should be the age for marriage and why?
So I think I wouldn't say that I would specifically recommend an increase in the age for marriage, but 18 years I think is the time when someone is mentally mature, physically mature. We should, rather than just increasing the age, ensure that it is implemented properly, that women are not being married at a younger age than 18.
But there is a context behind it. I think if you have observed it closely, you would have found out that the Supreme Court of India had passed a judgment on this, and the issue was the marital rape. In that context, this issue was referred to the government.
Yes, sir.
So don't you think that raising the age of marriage will help the country in many ways? Apart from one, you said that aspirations of female, they are not fulfilled if they are married at a younger age. Apart from that, what other benefits, if the age is increased, will come to the country?
So I feel if the age is increased for marriage, if it has to be done, then I feel that women will be able to be better mothers to their children. We will, since they are the ones who are replenishing the workforce of our nation, they will be able to make the right choices for their children, because they will have grown up in terms of age, and they will be able to make better choices. Secondly, I think women will be more educated if they become mothers at a later age, because they will be able to pursue their college education and so on. So I think the more educated a mother is, she will definitely be interested in her own child's education. So I think the country will become more educated as such if the age is increased.
Will it have any impact on population?
Yes, sir. I think it will have an impact on population, because when a woman is educated and she gets married at a later age, she plans for her family. So if she only raises the number of children she is comfortable with, and she may even be able to restrain a certain pressure from family she's married into, because she can make them understand the consequences of raising one child, or maybe if she wants to raise 2 children. So I think she will be able to have greater say in her life.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, please.
Good morning, sir. Good morning.
Good morning. Please
Good
take
morning.
a seat.
Thank you, sir.
Your MVNV Lakshmi. Lakshmi is your given name?
So Saujanya is my given name.
Saujanya is your name.
Yes.
Right. So, Saujanya, I just want to draw your attention to the fact that you are sitting at around 12-13 feet from anybody in this room, right?
Yes, sir.
Idea is that you should feel safe,
Yes,
right?
sir.
Another advantage of this arrangement is that you can very safely remove your mask, considering that you are at a safe distance,
Yes, sir.
right?
Sure.
Please
Sir.
do.
Thank you, sir.
Comfortable?
Yes, sir.
Can we start then?
Yes, sir.
Please treat it like a normal conversation.
Sure.
Don't be stressed out,
Yes,
right?
sir.
Fine. So, Saujanya, tell us something about you.
Sir, I'm Lakshmi Saujanya. I hail from Visakhapatnam in Andhra Pradesh. So I finished my BTech in Computer Science and Engineering from NIT Warangal. Thereon I went on to work as software engineer in Oracle. And after that I worked in a couple of startups for a few months. And I've quit my job for civil services preparation in 2016. And since then I've been preparing for civil services.
You were working with Oracle.
Yes, sir.
First, you left Oracle,
Yes, sir.
got into small startups,
Yes, sir.
then left even those things, and
Yes,
from last 5 years, you're effectively unemployed.
Yes, sir.
So, why such a career trajectory?
Sir, I've joined as software engineer. So after that, I had the zeal that other than this, I should do something else. So I can use that knowledge somewhere where I can use that knowledge, and as well as do something that is of more interest for me. So when I was searching for options, I have come across civil services through my seniors, and that has caught my interest, thinking that one, it is of interest for me, and second, I can use the knowledge that I have pursued through my work experience and graduation in administration as well.
And why are you taking that long? It's been 5 years. You were a good student. Why you could not get through civil service?
Due to issues with my OBC certificate, I could not get a service. So this time I'm hoping that I should.
So you have resolved that issue now?
It's still under sub judice.
It is still sub judice. Fine. So you have taken which optional?
Geography, sir.
This is despite the fact that you actually studied sciences and you were in sciences for very long.
Yes, sir.
So why not physics, chemistry and mathematics? Computer science and mathematics have so much in common, at least in terms of requirement of and mental abilities.
Yes, sir. So when I was going through the optionals to pick up for civil services, so I've come across a few optionals, anthropology or sciences subjects and geography. So what I felt that is geography has much common with GS1 or other subjects like economy, because we have economic geography, population geography, etc. So I thought geography has as a common science, try to integrate some other subjects which are common with GS papers. So that's why I felt geography would be a better option to pick up.
Okay, fine. Can you tell me what is Blue Dot Network?
Sir, Blue Dot Network is an initiative by United States of America which provides accreditation to the infrastructure projects going on in the various parts of the world, and the accreditation in turn would help in ensuring the
funding
yes,
for these projects.
Yes, sir.
And is it essentially in opposition to the BRI initiative of China?
Sir, it is seen as an opposition to the BRI initiative of China. However, in my opinion, sir, these are two very different, they have very different approaches. While Blue Dot Network focuses on the accreditation and ease of funding part, in the BRI, the actual funding is being done by the government of China
Okay, tell
itself.
me what do you understand by debt trap? It seems Sri Lanka is in a debt trap. So why Sri Lanka is in a debt trap?
Sir, debt trap is a term which refers to a condition in which the person is being offered loans, a huge amount of loan at rates at which it will not be able to repay. However, since the debt offer seems very lucrative, it acts as a trap for the person who is being offered it.
Okay. Recently there's a threat of this COVID-19. You understand what is it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so the Indian government is saying that we'll follow a cluster approach to deal with this problem. What is a cluster approach?
Sir, I'm not sure I've read about the clustered approach to dealing with COVID-19. I need to go back and look at it.
You come from Muzaffarpur in Bihar,
Yes, sir.
and it was also like sometimes back affected by a particular kind of fever, Chamki Bukhar. What was Chamki Bukhar?
Sir, Chamki Bukhar is referred to as acute encephalitis syndrome, and it is a syndrome that incorporates various symptoms like convulsions and low blood sugar. However, the exact cause of the fever is not known, sir, and it is generally seen to be associated with increasing heat, malnutrition, and lower level of sanitation in the area.
Okay, my final question to you. The Bihar government implemented liquor ban.
Yes, sir.
If you are made director tourism of Bihar government, then you understand that without liquor, the tourist potential of a state is very much reduced. So how you will tackle these twin challenges of increasing tourism and also at the same time ensuring that the liquor ban remains in place?
Sir, in my opinion, tourism across India varies from states to state. The tourist target varies from state to state. For example, in states like Goa, Kerala, etc., the tourists generally come for recreation. But in Bihar, tourism is mainly religion based, which is Buddhism, Jainism, and also certain degree of Hindu and Sikhism tourism is there. Sir, religious tourists are not much affected by the level of...
Isn't that a value judgment that you are making? Why should a religious tourist not be wanting to have liquor?
Sir, the religions that we are referring to have, they themselves favor prohibition and certain degree of self-discipline. And I'm not saying, sir, it does not completely impact.
You will ensure that liquor ban remains in place?
Yes, sir. It's a decision of the government of India. As a bureaucrat, the only duty is to
you,
implement the decision.